You said what Wiesenberger just went out.
I don't know at what point it stopped streaming, but I think we're.
Right when you told me, I saw my phone just go dead. I mean the feed. Yeah.
So I think we're back streaming now.
Oh, hey.
Hey everybody, I'm just pulling up the feed now. I just want to verify that.
Yeah, we're on. I see my phone.
Oh, you see it on the phone?
I had one more thing to talk about. Potentially.
So yeah, sorry for the interruption. If you're just joining us on the second feed, it's Andy Lockwood is my guest. Is a two-time #1 best-selling author, attorney turned college funding expert who uses webinars to help parents of college-bound teens pay for college without going bankrupt or vaporizing their savings along the way. And it's kind of ironic that we were talking about the technical challenges earlier in the show that we have with doing webinars and the technology, and lo and behold, the stream stops streaming. So looks like we're back up and running. I'm just going to find the feed myself.
See, when that happens to me, I usually say something like, "Yeah, those are the colleges. They don't want you to know how to get more money out of them. They shut you down."
They shut down Facebook, and yeah, that's exactly so.
Yeah, I see. It looks like you got.
There we go.
Yeah, I see it.
All right, so yeah, we're back. We're back again, and
Can I tell you one last thing that I just remembered?
yeah, definitely go into it. We got
So
still got some time here.
So the other thing that we just started playing around with was the Meebo. I don't know if you have one of these yet.
No,
have you
I
seen
don't
these
have
things?
one. No.
So this is literally a camera. It's a Meebo camera,
Yeah.
and it lets you live stream right to Facebook. So and probably other places. And what I've done is I've taken that with me. So if I'm speaking at a library or something, and there's 20 or hopefully 40, 50 people there. I can expand my reach by just setting that thing up. It's not too obtrusive, so so it's not like people can't see because they're not blocked out by that.
Right.
And so I'll do that. I've been doing that a lot. Tonight I was joking. I'm speaking to a local chapter of the National Association of Accountants or something, and I'm saying this today on our Facebook show, and my wife's like, "Oh, sounds like a real fun bunch." I said, "Yeah, I think that should be as interesting as watching C-SPAN or something." So, but I'm going to bring it, just to expand my reach.
So you're incorporating that. You're doing it not only doing the webcast, but you've started using Facebook Live as well. Can you talk a little bit about your strategy in using the Facebook Live? Because I've seen you use Facebook Live at the same time you're actually doing a webcast.
Yeah, that was hard.
So I was just going to ask you, how are you managing the chat in both and the feed? Obviously, it's not a selling webinar. It's sort of the Q&A style. But how are you guys actually managing that?
Well, we tried it once. I don't think we had enough bandwidth. I think you actually were on that one.
Yeah.
You told me that it was breaking up. That was like the worst looking one. Even though this thing has its own hotspot, I guess we still somehow using our bandwidth. I don't really understand it all. Yeah. So that didn't work out too well. So we haven't done that since. But the idea was I did this a couple of times where before we went live on a scheduled webinar through our system where people have to register. We kind of popped on a live Facebook stream.
I remember that one. You were just going around your home, right? People were getting ready for the show. Yeah,
yeah, blindsiding my wife and her sister, who who's with us, and our live audience member of one. Yeah, it's just kind of a fun thing because people, we got a lot of, in terms of strategies. I just saw someone else doing it. I thought hey, that'd be kind of cool. Maybe I can pick up a few views. Yep. It got shared like crazy compared to some of our other stuff. So I look at it right now, and this is evolving, at least with me. I'm not paying a ton of attention to it, other than I know a lot of my audience is on Facebook, a lot of moms, of college-bound teens, and that gets shared around, and it's, we've boosted 1 or 2 posts, which is really inexpensive, and supposedly gets you in front of thousands of people. I don't know if I really believe the stats, but the strategy is really just to expand reach, and I keep getting this anecdotal feedback from people like, I'll speak live, which I think is the most effective thing. I just, I'm too lazy to do it all the time. And I'll say how many people have seen us, seen our web stuff, and usually half the room has.
So now you can actually use it and incorporate it into your live events. So not only are you just reaching the 40 people in the room, but now you can stream it live to Facebook to potentially pick up another audience, as
Right.
well as, it's just getting in front of people on a consistent, persistent basis, being in the forefront of their mind all the time, and constantly building and accelerating that authority, which is really, when it comes to building and growing your business, the faster you can accelerate your authority so that you're recognized and known, by a larger audience, the easier it's going to be to generate sales and to do business.
And some of the best things are when other people comment. And like I had, we posted one from we simulcast last week.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's her. And it's so annoying. I don't even know how to shut that off. That's helpful though, right?
Yeah.
So we had someone say to me on Facebook who had went to that event. They posted, "I went to this event that was simulcast. It was great. I recommend everyone should see it." That was very, very cool. We get comments like that every once in a while from people who've been on the Facebook Live stuff.
Yeah, excellent. Social proof is huge, and it's just definitely going to increase your exposure that much more. So there must be certain times of the year though when college admission is on every family's mind, and the kids that are eligible for college and the university and getting into university. So do you ramp up the webinar frequency during those times to attract, because everyone's thinking about it, they're probably searching online, trying to find financial aid or whatever. Do you ramp it up, trying to broaden your exposure during those times of the year?
Yeah, that'd be pretty smart now that you mention it. The answer is
it's what I got paid for.
Yeah, God, beautiful, genius. I think the answer is in more or less we do, but ramping up first and foremost the live speaking stuff, because I get at this point a lot of schools and libraries invite me to speak. It's not me reaching out to them as much as it used to be. So I'm just looking at my calendar over here, and I have in October 4 live events, pretty much one a week, and then November I've got 6, and September, which we're finishing up, I think I'll have 6 also. So this is kind of, fall is definitely busy. Spring is also kind of busy, just for different reasons. Summer is not as busy, although we market all year round, so we don't really see a dip in terms of revenue, because we pick up different people at different parts of the timeline. Right. So sometimes in the school year timeline, people are more focused on doing all the financial aid stuff, the payment stuff, and other times it's more about, I have no idea what schools to even look at for my kid. Is he possibly going to even be able to get in anywhere? So it's different things, different messages.
Okay. Do you? I just had a thought in my mind and it just escaped me.
Is that you calling me?
No, I wasn't calling you. Yeah. Now I remember what it was. So, are you using the Amazon Prime book strategy for getting into any of these places? Sending them out to the schools, admissions, or the universities, or any of that, to try to get them to invite you to speak?
Well, just to be clear, I would never send it to a college or a university because they hate me.
The high schools rather.
Yeah, I've done it very sparingly. I don't know if I've done that in about a year or so, and the reason for that. So you're talking about taking a copy of a book and having it sent right to the guidance counselor or something like that. Yeah. A lot of times guidance counselors feel threatened by outside consultants, and frankly, a lot of the parents that I see are with me because they feel shortchanged somehow by guidance counselors. So I actually spend a fair amount of time bashing guidance counselors in a nice way. That being said, one of the first comments we got on a Facebook Live video was from a college guidance counselor who said something like, I've been in the field 20 years, and Pearl and Andy really know their stuff, and blah blah blah. And like 2 weeks later, I got this most rabid hate email. You guys don't even know what the hell you're talking about, and yeah. So I haven't done that. I'd rather go right to the parents.
So what are the 5 methods? Can you come up with 5 different methods that you're using to drive the traffic to your webinars right now? So what are the main 5 that you're using?
Well, email first and foremost to my own list is
Okay.
the best way.
And they're getting on your list how?
They get on my list through a combination of, I'd say, in order, referrals from emails I'm sending to current people on my list.
Okay.
We do some advertising, local space advertising. Take a cover of the local, penny saver, glorified penny saver,
Yeah.
and that gets people either to workshops. Most of the time, we're advertising workshops, and they come on my list, and then they'll also get webinars because they're on my list. A fair amount of people, we asked them, how'd you hear about it? So a fair amount of people find us online just organically. A fair amount read the book, mostly the financial aid book. So I guess that's 4 strategies. And I'm not doing any AdWords these days. I found that was kind of expensive.
Are you getting new people through Facebook? Facebook
Yeah.
Live at all? Like
Yeah.
they just
Yeah, a little
stumbling
bit.
across you, or
Yeah.
maybe being somebody shares a post or shares the.
We always ask people to share, like you are,
Yeah.
and that has gotten us probably a handful each month. Not more than 20, probably between 5 to 10 to 12, something like that.
Yeah. Well, they add up over time. If you're doing a multiple different strategies, all those 5, 10s, 20s add up eventually. And
Yeah, we're adding. I looked today in Entreport, and it looked like we had 186 new contacts this month, and today's the 20th or something, right? So, so if we had 200 people, new people, not counting the attrition, but if we
Yeah.
had 200 new people in a month or 300 people in a month, that's a big month for me in terms of how we market. But what has been on my back burner for a little bit is doing a Facebook campaign, which we tested before, and I just never really followed up with it. But I want to try to get some more opt-ins that way.
right.
Like now, I have to do it. This is the time to do it.
Yeah, because this is your busy season, right? This is when you get a lot of people interested, or you guys are filling in applications or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of. It's just like in the fall in general, you've got seniors who are getting ready for stuff.
Yeah.
Like and you've got high school juniors who are just starting to take the ACT and the SAT standardized test scores.
Right.
So it's really like a very spastic hyper period.
Excellent. Well, I know you're busy. I know you got some college prep work to do. So I want to thank you, Andy, for very much for being on the show. Personally, thank you for sharing your stuff about webcasts and webinars and how you're doing it, and sort of the success that you're having, and even going into some of the details about the numbers. I'm going to post Andy's contact information in the comments field, as well as the show notes for today's webinar. So if you have any questions, you can just leave them in the Facebook comments section, or if you want to contact Andy directly to talk about webinars, or to any of the college prep stuff. If you have some kids looking to go to university or college in the U.S., definitely connect with Andy and see if there's anything he can do to help you out with regards to getting some financial aid. So everyone, show Andy some love by hitting that like button, love button, and be sure to share this with your friends, associates, on your business page, and let's just keep the show rolling and keep things going on. So Andy, it's been great having you on the show, and I definitely
Thank
look
you.
forward to catching up with you again real soon. So everyone just stay tuned. I'll be right back in a few minutes with closing remarks. Thanks, Andy. Thank you for joining me on today's Business Strategy Show, where we focus on webinars, a specific strategy used for generating leads and converting those leads into buyers. Now, when it comes down to doing business, most times we do business with individuals within a business, not the business entity. Now, the more pleasing your personality, the more people will get to know you, like you, and trust you. Now, it's generally when people trust you that they're more comfortable to do business with you. Now, but there's more to it than just having a pleasing personality. You need to be very clear on your ideal target market, their pains, fears, frustrations, or ambitions, and be able to communicate to them how your solution is able to help them solve the problem. Now, a well-structured webinar, you can not only shorten that customer journey from knowing, liking, and trusting you, but you can also educate the viewer that you understand their challenges or struggles, and you have a solution that can help them. Now, a great webinar enables the viewer to interact with the presenter, ask questions, get feedback, and overcome the objections that may arise. Now, typically, a great webinar presentation is overcoming the objections that are built right into the presentation. Now, usually you do this by phrasing them as myths or calling them out during the presentation. Now, effective webinars are less about the tech and more about the structure of the presentation and the copy or presentation you're giving. Now, if you're using webinars as a sales piece, it's vital that you spend more time on the copy and the offer than you do worrying about having the high-end studio to work out of. Now, webinars are on the rise, and typically they're being used to demonstrate, teach, interact, and sell. Now, if you aren't using webinars in your business right now and want to understand how they can help you and how to best structure a webinar that is compelling and leads the viewer to the conclusion that they need to either buy your products or services, then definitely contact me through my website at johnamccabe.com or direct message me through my Facebook page at facebook.com, the John Anthony McCabe. Now, both links will be included in the comments of the video, as well as the show notes of the video. So thanks for joining us on today's show, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow when I have another great guest on to discuss their entrepreneur journey and accelerating their authority. So have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.